to roll for focus. I'm here with my lovely players.
Hey, I'm Mars. Pronouns he, they. I'll be playing the anxious mess that is Rocane.
I'm Cody, pronouns she, they. I'll be playing our lovely single dad, Leonin rogue Egan. His pronouns are he, him.
I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them. I'm playing Xelas, the tiefling sorcerer, who I don't have a good description for. I need to think of one. And his pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Nee, I'm they, them, and I'm playing everyone else in the world. Last time was a lot of visiting with families, trying to prepare them for what is going on. Egan and Xelas were completely dumbfounded when they found out their new friend Rocane was the son of the Makorta ambassador, of all things. We then...
Makorta being our continent.
Yeah, being the biggest...
country in our continent.
Sorry, our country in our continent, yes.
I made a weird world, guys.
Gida's our continent.
And then Egan went home himself, a little bit stressed about the fact he had met the ambassador to his mom, but told his mom everything, told his daughter a little bit, and apologized to her for the fact that he would have to go away for a while. We then left on Xelas returning to his home, his family home, where nobody else was home, and that is where we begin.
Speaking of, before we get started, I didn't think about it while we were there, but it would have made sense. Could Egan have packed a fucking bag while he was home?
Yes.
Like, obviously all his go-to good stuff was in the cart with Drake half a country away, but, like, his secondary set of tools, some extra changes of clothes that are still at home, just little things.
Yes. And Rocane didn't really have time for that.
No, Rocane was very in and out, like nothing else.
Rocane needed to get out of there before his mom trapped him there.
Hi, bye.
But that is where we begin. So with that, what are you going to do?
Well, I've already checked the house to double check that nobody's in there. I'm going to walk out and see if there's neighbors around.
Yes, you walk out into the street. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Can we all
good.
perception check?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, hey, that's not bad. That's a 16.
That's a nat 20.
I got a 9.
So it's...
For a 23.
Yeah.
It's the only nat 20 of the session. Charged my die on my mug all morning, and that'll be where all the luck goes. A pointless perception check.
So you both, Egan and Xelas, you both don't see anything. And by anything, I mean there is no storekeeps like open. There is no neighbors out and about. No one's walking. You, Egan, wouldn't know this because this isn't where you're from, but you're from a very small town. You know that when people celebrate or mourn, they do it together in this town.
Mm-hmm.
It's very communal that way. So you know there's no celebration coming up.
For celebrating, I'm dead.
That bitch is finally gone!
But you know there's no celebration coming up, so it's probably a morning.
Okay.
And you know genuine... I'm assuming Xelas is intelligent enough to connect with they probably think I'm dead.
Oh, yeah.
So you know that generally for people who are lost at sea, they go to the shore and they kind of honor them there because there's no body there, so the closest they're going to get to it is...
the water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Xelas will look around, and it probably takes half a beat, just of, this is weird. Oh my god, they're all down at the ocean mourning. Holy shit. Oh god. Except there's no god. Oh, aspects. Yeah, Xela's gonna be like, I think they might be down at the beach. They think I'm dead. And with that lovely sentence, we'll immediately turn around and start heading that way.
Egan will follow.
He's walking quickly because it's like, ah, crap.
You know, like, oh, okay, we're going now.
Yeah, we are going now. Yeah, Xelas is power walking his booty down to the shore.
His tail going flap, 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 flap.
No, it doesn't sideways. He's got more of the up-down tail movement that
Fuck, fuck,
when he
fuck,
swims. Not right now! Yeah,
But
head
yeah,
down
and
to the main
Egan's-
shore docks area.
And Egan's hot on his heels.
I'm following closely behind as fast as I can with my little legs. I'm so fucking short compared to all of you.
Mechanically, your speed is the same, but you're so much shorter than all the rest of us.
He has to go a
Yeah.
lot
My
faster.
speed may be the same, but I am taking twice the amount of steps as you guys.
And Egan technically has a further walking speed than you all.
Probably 5 feet, yeah.
5 feet. He's got long legs.
But yes, you arrive and you immediately see everyone, and I feel like this is a somber morning thing, but it's not like, oh, you arrive and everyone's in black. It's not like a westernized.
Yeah.
And you can tell me if you're wrong if you don't picture your.
You
You can tell me if you're wrong.
You can tell me if I'm wrong because obviously you picture your hometown. But I almost feel like it's that kind of thing of like funerals are for the living and they're for celebrating someone's life type thing. So like, while it is a somber mood, it is like a get together sort of thing because you have such a close knit community. So it's like, it's a sad potluck.
Sad
Does that make-
potluck. Put that
Potluck.
on a fucking t-shirt.
A sad potluck
Does
down
that
by
make
the
sense
ocean.
though? I have killed Artemis.
It's just a funny visual. Like, that's technically what a wake is a sad potluck, but, like, it's funny to word it that way.
It's a sad family barbecue.
But you phrase it, it's a sad seaside potluck.
Yeah.
It makes
There
it
you go.
even better.
Sad seaside potluck.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like it kind of depends a
SSPM.
little bit on the person and everything, whether it tends a little more sad or tends a little bit more happy. But and the
I
situation
feel like
that
it maybe
occurred.
even reflects like, oh, the person, like obviously people are sad, but it's like you were a very bright person, so like you maybe weren't like, the most loved in the whole village. Like people liked you.
Yeah. Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, obviously people but I'm saying like you weren't like the mayor or something, but like I feel like it almost reflects that you were a bright person. You're kind of a golden retriever of a man, So like it reflects your personality a little bit that they're trying to be more festive as honor of you over because it's like, oh, Xelas wouldn't have wanted us all just here crying into a potato salad. or tuna fish salad. Sorry, this is a fishing town.
They can have potatoes. We don't know.
Potato tuna salad.
Quick, we need to figure out the agriculture of our world.
But yeah, they wouldn't want us all moping into
Yeah,
a potato salad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just our first merch is gonna be you're
sad
invited.
seaside to this
You're
town.
invited
Sad
to the
seaside
seaside
potluck.
You're invited to the sad seaside potluck. But you go in and you see that that's what's happening. They haven't done the ceremony sort of thing of like sending you off because they don't have a body. So it's kind of what you'd expect from a seaside town of kind of like not like the full lantern ritual that some cultures do, but something similar to that of like those important to you kind of send out a little vessel of fire and
Doesn't quite feel right.
doesn't quite feel right. How would
No.
you like your funeral traditions to go?
I think they put things in the water, not release it into the air. It's,
No, I meant in the water.
Oh, but it's still not fire related. I don't think.
Maybe even something that they feel like represents the person.
Yeah, more like, I don't know. Imagine paper flowers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that more so. Than,
yeah.
than fire.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I meant into the water. I should have specified that.
No, it's okay. But even in the water, the fire stuff didn't sound
That's
right.
But yeah, so maybe just like paper flowers or paper something that they feel represent the actual
Little
person.
boats with messages on
I
them.
feel like for you,
Cranes, just like random little origami things that would have
I feel like for you
Xelas.
it's boats, and maybe they do write little like obviously
Write
other
messages on
people
them.
could write other things or like could make other things, but most people when they think of you,
Well, and then floating on the water boats makes most sense.
there's only so many things you can make in origami that can float.
Yeah.
You know, but you see, you know, there's the supplies for people to do that, and it's a thing where it's like not everyone has to do it, but everyone is free to do it. To like write their message and send it into the water, and then near the end is when they'll have the ceremony of everyone putting it in the water. But right now everyone's just sort of celebrating you, and you as you're approaching, nobody has noticed you approach yet, and you hear one of the salesmen, the fish salesman, because there's like 80 fish salesmen.
Yeah, one of them. Which one? What do you mean? They're all like that.
His name is Conrad.
Okay.
And you hear him, and I'm gonna say you had a decent relationship with Conrad. He was maybe like the guy your go-to for, you know, buying fish, if you ever did.
If I was gonna go buy fish, I'd be buying it for my sister.
That's true. Okay, you just liked him. He was just a cool dude.
Okay.
Good dude.
He's just a good dude. But he's talking, and he's talking about, yeah, I remember Xelas, you know, he was always such a good worker, you know, in his own way. I know it wasn't the work we thought he'd be doing, but he was just this kind of light. And one time he came to me and he had this trinket that he thought I'd like, and he sold it to me at a discount price because he knew I'd like it. And, you know, he's just sharing a nice story of a time when you were like, you did sell him something because it was your work, but it was like, oh, this makes me think of Conrad. I'll go right to Conrad. And I'm not, you know, you probably didn't go, I'm selling you this at a discount price, but he looked at it, knew the value, and was like, he discounted me.
Yeah.
And then the person they're talking to is like, that does sound like by the aspects. And Conrad turns and goes, what in the community?
That's all I was trying to standing there really awkwardly like, how do you interrupt your own funeral? I feel like this needs to be more dramatic than I'm making it. But this is weird.
Just feels like there's a collection of awkward anime little waves from the three of them as everyone's like, what the fuck? Ghosts, demon!
Oh god, I hope not.
Oh,
Yeah, no, Xelas is just like, oh, yep. He's waving, like, lift his hand up. No, I'm still alive. You did get a really good deal, Conrad, though.
Conrad just drops his fucking plate. Just drops his plate of tuna joes. Sloppy joes, but with tuna.
Oh.
Ew.
That's
Disgusting.
Mackerel joes.
I'm just.
Oh.
You shouldn't mix fish and barbecue sauce. That's all I can think of right now. Ew.
It's just tuna fish. Like
Tuna salad would
Yeah.
be fine, but calling it a Joe, that's an inherently barbecue-based mix.
it's like Rokane's just standing there awkwardly, kind of standing
Yeah.
slightly behind you.
Like, Egan's slightly behind Xelas, because this is Xelas' thing. Rokane's gently hiding behind Egan, not even intentionally, just Egan's that much bigger than him.
Obviously, now all attention is on you.
This is weird.
And your mother just comes barreling for it. You can tell she's been sobbing
Yeah.
all through this. Like, she comes up to you, she gives you a big hug, she's just sobbing, and she's like, Xelas Coulson, what happened to you? What did you do? Where have you been?
Hi, Mom. I'm sorry.
Sorry!
Do you want me to not be sorry? I'm sorry.
She's just sobbing, Indy.
He's patting her back, like actually legitimately hugging her, but it's like, this is. How do you properly comfort somebody when you're not actually dead?
When you're not actually dead and you're going to have to leave immediately
Yeah.
afterwards.
And he doesn't know how to explain where the hell he was. He doesn't know where the hell he was. There were some weird monsters that showed up, Ma. I had to run. I'm so sorry.
Monsters? What are you talking about?
They were dead. They were monsters.
There hasn't been any sign of any monsters.
Oh, good. They were following me, so I guess they followed me. I'm sorry. Just oh, good.
Your father comes up. You can tell. God damn it!
That just took me out. I'm sorry.
Xelas is being very awkward because
Oh no, I get it. It's just the delivery was just gold, and it killed me a little.
She's never interrupted his own funeral before. What do you do?
How dare you not interrupt your own funeral before?
I know. He should have planned
this
this before, obviously.
Yeah, should have had a test run or two before this. Come on, man.
Well, you know what? He should have been cooler and made a loop around and got into the water and then come out of the water.
I am returned.
Your hands right. I have come back.
Jesus doesn't exist in this world, but Xelas is the new one.
Can we redo it? Can we do that?
No! Oh my god. That needs to be on like a shirt or something. I have returned.
I am risen. Let's get real sacrilegious.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Anyway, this is a serious moment, you fuckers.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, his father comes up while he's trying to comfort his mother awkwardly.
Yeah.
He's not dead. He's so sorry, Ma.
Yeah. Your father also obviously looks distressed. He's just not a man, I think, that... Not quite like Egan's dad, who's, like... When he taught, like, we've discussed your dad. I think he was trying to be strong for your mother and your sister and Vitalin and stuff. So, like, he looks like that repressed sadness of, like, I haven't been sobbing here, but I have had my quiet moment to grieve. But he's staring at you in just like, he does not know what to say.
Hi, Pops. I'm sorry.
Kid, what?
Ma, you're getting my shoulder really wet.
My baby.
I say inside, like, just Rokane's thought process. It's just like, oh, this is a weird reaction. Like, the mom just throwing herself onto him. You're just, oh,
What
he's
is
just like,
affection? Yeah, and you only saw how Egan interacted with his dad. You didn't see the gentler version of him with his mom, because he's like, stay with the kids. I'm gonna go talk to my mom in the kitchen.
Sorry. Go ahead. Yep.
My baby.
Ma, I'm sorry, but Ma, can we please calm down a little, please? Please?
She very reluctantly lets you go. Your sister kind of takes a play, not nearly sobbing as much, but she's much more reserved. She's crying, but it's much more reserved. It's like soft, and she's like, "You're not allowed to do that, Sel."
I wasn't trying to. I'm sorry, Dita. Gives her a hug.
She just kind of cups your face as if like reaffirming to herself that you are there, you are real.
Give her a big, slightly awkward grin, like, yep.
Just kind of, I think, like, gives you a little kiss to your forehead, like family affection, you know, and moves out of the way so other people can. So Vitalin comes and she just gives you a big hug, and you just know, because you know her so well, you don't have to make an insight check. She was blaming herself for your death. And so she's sobbing somewhere between your mother and your sister. And she's like, I thought I should have convinced you. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was going to leave, he says, lying through his teeth. But yeah, something showed up. I'm so sorry, Vida. No, it's not your fault, though. It's not your fault. Gives her a hug.
Yeah. Finally, I think it's your father who notices you have two strangers with you.
Oh,
yeah. One that, no matter how much he tries to not be imposing, is just imposing by default.
Yeah. So he
a
just
little
goes,
child going, hi.
So, who are these people, kid?
That's Egan and that's Rocaine, pointing at each of them as he does so.
They're certainly not from here. Where did you go?
That's really not as simple of a question as you think it is, sir.
Another tiefling showed up and teleported me somewhere.
Teleported you?
Yes, Ma.
She's still fucking just...
It's been a strange
Trying to pat her on the shoulder, like, please calm down.
I think it's Dita who keeps the coolest like, she's still clearly emotional, but like she's gathering herself together. You're
Oh, he's got to hug his niece and nephew.
of course. Like they're young, right? Like
how was
not like babies.
No. Cassie is I want to say under 5, and Hal is
under 10.
Under 10, I think under 8.
Okay. So like I feel like this was like their first big loss.
Yeah.
So and I feel like they're that thing of like they understand Uncle Xelas is gone, but they didn't understand.
Yeah.
The way kids.
Yeah.
So like they see you and they said you weren't coming back, and they're just happy.
Yeah. But still gonna give them a big hug. No, I came back.
I think it's Dita who keeps the calm head and eventually goes, perhaps we should go home and discuss exactly what happened, Xelas.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, you two are welcome.
Sorry to break up the party.
Yeah, everyone's just staring at you. There's like one guy who seems like okay and is just like filling up his plate.
I mean, if you got it, don't waste it.
Yeah.
Just like okay. But you all head over to Xelas's, and I think that is a good spot for a break. So you're all in Xelas's family home.
Is this all as in Dita and her wife?
All of your family. I feel
nephew?
like Dita's wife currently with the niece and nephew is sort of like upstairs playing with them because this is whatever it is complicated and it's good to just kind of have the kids.
Oh, off to the okay. Just double checking.
Yeah, like they're home. And if you had insisted they stay, but like I feel like the call was made that maybe the kids should.
The kid's definitely not nearby, and if Shane, that's the sister-in-law, has to go to keep him distracted, that's understandable, because otherwise they'd probably just come right back
they'd just
downstairs.
be like Xelas, because they were told you were gone.
Yeah.
So it's Dita, your mom, your dad,
Egan and Rocaine
and you.
Just not you.
No, I laughed, by the way. I went and I said bye.
You're like, Egan, you can handle this, right, bud? Bye.
I'm gonna go back and get some tuna salad.
Because Mrs. Marshall makes the best on the island.
Yeah.
Can't miss out on that.
God damn.
I can't believe Mrs. Marshall broke out the famous tuna salad for me. I'm honored.
And I have to partake since I'm not actually dead. So now we've got Tuna Joe's or Mackerel Joe's and Mrs. Marshall's tuna salad. Anyway.
But yes, you are all sitting there. I feel your mother's a great hostess.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even in her distressed state, the idea of not offering her guests, like, tea.
Unheard Unheard of.
Unheard of. So, like, she brings out tea. She comes out. The tray is definitely shaking.
Xelas will quickly take the tray from her and put it down on the table and be like, help yourselves.
Yeah. It's just a nice jasmine tea.
Egan, mostly because he needs to do something with his hands, will, like, partake just so he has, like, a little cup to hold or something while they have their talk.
So you
I'm
don't
now
refuse
mentioning the fucking Barbie movie.
Yeah. Because, yeah. Lion faces and drinking from cups like normal people is always a weird thing. You just see him dip his head down and laugh periodically. And in a cup that for some reason I imagine is way too small for him.
Just the tongue goes.
I think it's a normal sized cup.
I know.
But yeah. And yes, Xelas is just. I'm so sorry, Ma, Pops. I didn't mean to make everybody worry so much.
Your mother's just beside her. I think she's used up all her talking she could do. She's just.
I was, down doing my salvaging, and the storm was coming in, and I got to my hut, but then these things showed up. They looked like dead bodies, but turned monstrous, and they started chasing me, and I don't. What did Cactus call them? Ikelings, or was that just the ones that went after
the
Rocaine?
Ikelings were the ones that went after Rocaine.
Something near Ikelings, though. They weren't fully there.
I have notes on them somewhere around here.
They were just corrupted corpses.
Just corrupted corpses. A long time ago, apparently, one of our ancestors helped lock away something called an ichor.
The looks on their faces are just like, what? Like, this is not the turn they expected. Can you give me a persuasion check?
Maybe.
Can I offer help action
Yes.
of Egan just kind of nodding along and helping?
Well, that's a 17 plus 4.
Okay, they're at least listening to you. They
Okay.
believe that you believe this.
Uh-huh.
We're like, did he have some oxygen? Did he stay down too long? Is there oxygen deprivation we're dealing with right now?
Okay. Yeah, they're corrupted corpses, but yeah, the ancestor and their ancestors too, again indicating Rocaine and Egan, also helped with this, and now whatever the ichor that they sealed away is starting to come out, and it's corrupting, and it started coming after me and them, but so that's why I had to run, and then another tiefling named Cactus showed up, and he teleported me to his house, I guess.
A random tiefling showed up and just teleported you to his house?
I know how it sounds, Ma, but yes!
If it helps, that same tiefling saved my life.
Same.
Saved all of our lives.
I was outrunning them.
Good for you, Xelas. The rest of us weren't that lucky.
Remembering the other Egan showed up with a bunch of blood, it's just like, yeah.
Brings hand up to eye.
Yeah, Dita kind of clocks that and kind of... You get the sense that... Actually, no, roll an insight. Like, you know your family, so it's advantage, but, like...
Can I just roll a flat insight?
Yeah.
I don't know my family. That was a 9 and a 5, so that's an 8.
Yeah, I try as well.
There's just so many emotions on their face right now.
I don't know these people. I don't fucking know. I rolled a 2.
May I try? Okay.
For a 7.
I rolled a 14 for a 17.
Yeah, okay, you know my family.
You
Yeah,
just know
obviously.
how to read people.
Yeah, surprisingly.
So, reading the mom, she's just very emotional. She's skeptical, but, like, she's so emotional you can't
She's just
tell.
happy to have her boy home.
Exactly. Just so happy to have him home. Like, anything else, she's like, I don't care if my boy's gone crazy, at least he's home.
I love you anyway, Xelas. It's just time for a grippy sock
The
vacation.
father is kind of... He's doubting this hard. And there's maybe a part of him just like, is this some sort of joke? Like, not in the like thinking that you do something this horrible, like not in the reflect, but like the only reaction he can go is like, this is a sick prank, if you know,
if nothing else.
Yeah.
That he took a lot of effort to rope 2 whole ass strangers into.
But you see Dita completely believes your story. Dita has no doubt. Like, she looks at you, at your eye, she can tell that that's a recent-ish.
Looks better now from the healing.
Yeah, it looks better,
Yeah,
but
fucking
like
hurt with the healing.
But can tell that you are, you know, that everything is recent, can tell that both of you are being honest, and it isn't just they believe this, but I don't. She fully believes you.
Okay. Yeah, Xelas is still over here just trying to process, so he's not fully reading his family super well at the moment.
Just info dumping like Egan did to his mom.
Yeah, what else can you do, really?
Whatever it was, you're home now and you're safe. Thank you so much for bringing him home to us.
I can't stay, Ma.
I'm sorry, what?
I have to go back, otherwise the things will come after me again.
So you're saying you're gonna go put yourself in more danger? Absolutely not. No.
Yes, Ma, I have to do this!
Supposedly, where Caxus is, we can't be tracked there, and these corrupted beings can track us. They can know where to find us if we're out in the open.
And
I don't care.
And they know how to attack people that are important to us. That's what happened to Rocaine.
Just looks down, sad.
Sorry.
Absolutely not. No, you're not taking my boy anywhere.
No, we're not taking him. We're just going with him.
Ma, I have to go and do this. If this true, what I'm telling you is true, and if this whatever horrible thing that's getting out, I have to help stop it somehow.
Why you?
I don't know. It activated in me. I don't get why me over Dita. She's the older one, but it did.
Your mother, she's like a gentlewoman, but she's also a fiery woman. Like, she is Mama Bear. So, like, you see this, like, really, like, 10 seconds ago, this frail mess of a woman, she gets up, she makes herself big, and goes, you are not going anywhere, especially somewhere that would lead to you actually dying.
Ma, I'm going. He is, like, squaring his shoulders and facing her head on.
Dita stands up at this point.
Egan and Rocaine are exchanging awkward side eyes.
And she looks at you, Xelas, and in that way that, like, siblings are sort of, like, where they taught, and she just kind of goes, I have your back, you know, like, in a silent sibling way. And she looks to him, and she looks to you, and she goes, you're the only ones who can do this?
That's what Caxus says, and
you trust this Caxus?
I guess I need to know more, and I can't do that here. And if what he's saying is true, and it seems like it, because those corrupted corpses came after me, I've seen what they do to others. I don't want to put you guys in danger.
Mom, we need to let him go. We do not need to... Mom. And I feel like your sister doesn't often...
I will say it's not Mom, it's Ma.
Ma, sorry.
It's okay.
I wasn't sure if it was from your sister. I know from you it is.
For both of them.
Okay. Ma. And she's very firm. And I feel like, well, she's not like a pushover. She doesn't get firm with your parents a lot. You know?
She doesn't need to.
She doesn't need to. But she is firm. She is standing her ground. We can either say goodbye to him and leave on good terms, or Xelas is just going to sneak out tonight when you make him go to sleep in his room.
looks at Dita like, you don't have to give away my plan if I need to do that.
I know you're right, but hey.
We can put on good terms, or we can put with the last thing you say to him being something condescending or rude.
Ma, I'm going to, like, I'll write as much as I can. I'll visit as much as I can, but I need to at least figure out what's happening right now. And maybe if it doesn't have to be me, I can come back.
I think your mother is just very raw and a raw emotional nerve right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she just kind of shakes her head and she storms off. Like, she's not gonna stop you.
Mm-hmm.
When has she ever been able to stop you?
Oh, she tries though.
I think she just storms off.
Yeah, Zell's gonna look over at his dad just to see how he's.
He's just been absorbing all this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
He still has a skeptical look. He's like, I don't. Kid, this is pretty unbelievable.
I know.
But you gotta do this.
I have to at least try. Kind of looks over at Egan and Rocaine.
Egan kind of gives an agreeing nod.
Rocaine as well.
From what I've been told, and I don't know too much right now. But I can't learn staying here, and I don't want them to come back and hurt any of you.
Even if the ancient evil part is malarkey, there is a danger at foot that is targeting the three of us.
Well, you better get out of here before your mother comes up with a plan to keep you then.
Yeah, okay.
He gives you a firm pat on the shoulder, and then I think pulls you into
a hug. I
Yeah.
was about to say if he wasn't, Zelos was going to hug
yeah.
him anyway.
It was that thing. Like, it wasn't like we're too man, but like he's a pat firmly on the shoulder sort of man.
Yeah.
And the affection's there, and then he just kind of had that moment of like, no, I'm gonna hug my fucking son.
Yeah. Give him a hug as well. Thank you. And then turns and hugs Dita.
She hugs you so tight.
So yeah, very tight. I don't think he needs to say anything to her. It's just that
Understanding.
that understanding, and she knows he is grateful for her
yeah.
standing beside
And
him on this.
she doesn't need to tell you to be safe for you to know that that's what that hug is saying.
Yeah. And they know Xelas. They know he's not always safe.
She goes, you should probably pack up.
Most of my stuff is down at the hut. I'll have to go down there and get everything. I should say bye to Cassie and Hal, though,
Yes.
too.
They'll miss you.
I'll miss them, too. I'll miss all of you. And I hope Ma won't be too angry for long, but I know she can also hold a grudge.
If it's any consolation, I think she'll direct the anger at the two of you over you, Xelas.
That's fine.
Looks over at Egan and Rocaine. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Just an awkward, like, okay.
Or this Caxus person you keep mentioning.
He is the one that kidnapped you, so
Which-
she might
why-
get the most.
I do have a question. Why isn't he here with you to help explain all of this?
Supposedly, he's not allowed to leave where he's at. It's a very complicated, and we've known about this for about 12 hours at this point.
Is that right to me?
I'll try, yeah.
And we'll have his back.
You better.
I'll have their back, too.
We'll all try to keep each other in one piece, yes.
You go up, you say goodbye to your sister-in-law.
Niece and nephew.
Yeah. Your sister-in-law is really confused, but like
Dita can give you more information, Shane. I'm so sorry.
okay.
Bye, Cassie. Bye, Hal. You're gonna
Uncle
bend down
Xelas,
and
you just
hug
got back.
I know, but I gotta go again.
Why? You didn't even play with us.
We'll have to play later. All the stories we used to play, Vowed Adventures and everything. I I gotta go do that now.
You're gonna be an adventurer?
I don't know. I'll try.
Are you going to Yak It?
I don't know.
That's okay.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's where adventurers go.
I know. I don't know what the full plan is yet, though. But I'm gonna go try.
Okay, wait, and Cassie goes, and I feel like she has like a doll or something that how kids have a favorite toy that they carry around with them everywhere.
No.
And she hands it to you and goes, to keep you safe.
No, Cassie, I don't want to take your favorite dolls.
But she'll keep you safe, and that way you'll remember me.
I would always remember you. Can't forget you.
She kind of considers, like, she did just give up her favorite doll. She's a child, and she goes, okay, you can have my second favorite.
Okay. Hands the doll back,
and you get a second favorite doll.
Probably a good trade-off.
And you get the second favorite marble from
Hal. Okay.
Here's a marble.
He likes marbles, apparently.
Okay.
He's a marble kid. He's a collector of marbles.
Thank you, Hal. Yeah, we'll put both things in his pocket since he doesn't have his bags yet.
Yeah. I assume you then go get packed up. And
Well, he's got to go down to the shore to his hut where he
right, yeah.
everything is.
I feel like Vitalant, like, everyone's still...
It's not nearby there.
No.
Remember, his was off further.
Yeah. Everyone's still there. They're sort of like, well, this is really weird and awkward, but we have all this food.
Yeah, I feel like
Waste
while
not, want not.
Xelas was upstairs with the sister-in-law and niece and nephew. There was just a borderline real awkward silence with Egan, Rocaine, Xelas' dad, and sisters. They all just kind of sat around with their tea.
I feel like Dita was like, are you guys hungry? We can go down to the beach.
Like, some gentle, awkward small talk, but other than that, it's just like, we're just waiting on Xelas to come back so we can leave.
I would say if any of the questions of like hometown and whatnot, like Rocaine wouldn't have lied, but he definitely would not have brought up being.
I'm the ambassador's son. She's like, oh, I'm from Morcorta.
Yeah, Xelas did not specifically mention that in his introduction.
Are you wearing your crest?
No, he took that off. He likes to
I
take
was
that off
just
when
double
not at home.
checking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go to your hut, you get the things.
Takes off the shirt and shoes that we borrowed, puts on his actual shirt and shoes. All his other crap.
Don't need to see your tits again.
My tits are great, thank you.
Yeah, but I don't need them in my face.
Rocaine feel things.
I think before he would have left, though, he would have told at least Dita that I was salvaging and I'm going to leave the stuff I found down there, but you guys should get it to, sell and everything, because he's not going to take that really with him.
Okay.
It's just his personal things, basically.
Okay. Yeah, you pack up and you are ready to leave rather quickly.
I want to visit one more spot before we go.
All right.
Okay.
It's the graveyard. So he wants to go there.
Okay.
I feel like when they get there, Egan's just kind of like gonna stand at the entrance
Yeah.
to it to give Xelas his time to say his goodbyes without imposing.
As long as we can see you,
Yeah.
like I feel like
I just disappear into the mist.
Oh, well,
So
hopefully
it's just
something
like-
doesn't get you.
Xelas leads us to the graveyard, and Egan would just kind of like wait at the
It
entrance.
stops at same.
He's going to go to Revain's grave.
Yeah.
Because he has an actual grave. They had his body and
Yes.
everything. And this is extremely emotional for him. And I'm just like, I'm going to be like, hey, Revain, I'm gonna miss you. I've still missed you every day since then. I never expected this to happen to me, though. Got a chance, I guess, to be an adventurer, like we had dreamed about. I don't know. Maybe I'll see Bourne out there. I'll have to tell him about you, of course, though. I just miss you so much. Okay, hey, just. I don't know if there's really ghosts or anything, but if you're there, keep an eye on me. Keep an eye on my family, too. Bye. We'll leave.
Xelas walks out of the graveyard, looking probably pretty somber.
Mm-hmm.
You all take your keys home to what will become
Yeah.
your base of operation and home for who knows how long, as you are all putting your family obligations kind of on the back burner, on the front burner too, in a way, because you're all doing this in a way for your family. And you prepare to step into your lives as adventurers and possible saviors of the world. And that is where we'll end our session. Yeah, holy shit. We'll talk more about that emotional roller coaster on our talk back. Anything anyone wants to shout out?
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
listening. You can find us everywhere with Roll for Focus. Thanks so much. And remember, everyone, play to your you. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Roll for Focus from Campaign 1 Ouroboros. This episode was edited by Cody. Transcriptions are by Artemis. Character art is by Miajic, also known as Fiesta TB. She can be found at linktree/Miajic. That's MEDEKH. You can visit us at rollforfocus.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and TikTok at Roll for Focus. If you want to do more to support us, for as little as $1 a month, you can join our Patreon, Roll for Focus Podcast. Get exclusive looks at character sheets, ad-free episodes, early access to episodes, monthly extra content, give fan submissions for names or items, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and more.
Hey everyone, Emery here. We're so thankful to everyone that supports us by even just listening, rating, and sharing our podcast. We wouldn't be able to do this without our audience support. And we're especially grateful to those who go above and beyond and subscribe to our Patreon. Like those that have found enlightenment and know it's best to play to your you. Like Luchik and MN House of Cats. Thank you guys so much.
Mars is being distracting.
Sorry.
He's pantomiming tea
Drinking.
drinking and no one's... yeah.